All right. Oop. All right, let's play this game. Hey Cam, how you doing? Thanks for joining me. My throat hurts a little bit, so I'm gonna try not to be too loud. Hopefully if I chug enough water, it'll stop hurting, but it's not, like, terrible. Alright. What difficulty? Let's just do normal. Complicated? What makes it complicated, if you don't mind me asking?
At the moment of birth, each of us is as free as a bird, with not a single restraint tying us down. But with age come the varied shackles that bind, clipping away at our wings, feather by feather. In time, we long for a return to the freedom we once knew. But the truth is, we can return to those days whenever we so choose.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Is this weather perfect or what? The brisk ocean breeze, the wide open sea, smells like a new journey on our horizon. I gotta say, I'm glad I took you up on your offer, Adel. Being stranded on Asteria for so long was really getting to me.
Don't you feel at least a little sad?
Don't you feel at least a little sad?
I'll admit, it does kinda hurt to leave without repaying all the good that Goban's done for me. But even he started saying that I should get out there and see more of the world. That was right about the time when you invited me along on your travels.
Adel! Dogi! So this is where you two were. I never dared dream I'd get to see the actual ocean in person. Even now, it's difficult to believe a vessel this large is capable of floating upon its waves. What manner of sorcery is this?
I guess this is all one big culture shock for someone born and raised on Ys. Dr. Flair here is even giddier than me.
That I am. In my view, being on the surface instead of above it is a miracle in
Hey,
itself.
I'll be here for you,
To
Cam,
say nothing
so...
of the unprecedented chance it's given me to search for the original strain of Selcetan flower.
Selcetan flower? That's the name of a type of medicinal herb, right? It's native to the Great Forest on the Gallia-Hispani border or something.
Indeed it is. I couldn't very well rest on my heels after hearing that's where you two were headed. The prospect of seeing it in its natural habitat was ample reason to climb aboard.
Your get-up and go could put even Adel to shame. But be sure to mind your health, okay? At the rate you're going, you'll end up fainting and shadeless the second you stumble onto those flowers.
Well, frankly speaking, That scenario's all but guaranteed.
Damn it, microwave.
Well, we won't be arriving in Salsetta for a long while yet. Might as well kick back a bit and enjoy the ride for now, don't you think?
All right.
Ah, a passenger. Having a pleasant voyage, I hope? You appear to be a seasoned traveler for a boy your age.
I guess you could say that.
So my hunch was correct. This may be no surprise to you then, but we have some extraordinary sights coming up shortly.
Extraordinary.
Oh, what's that over there?
Mountains? No, wait. I think those are islands.
Ah, why'd you bonk me?
Attention all passengers. I am your captain.
Yeah,
Victor
damn it.
LaSalle. Allow me to express my gratitude to you for sailing with us on the Adamas today. If you look to our left-hand side, you'll find Obelia Gulf, famous for its sprawling archipelago.
Oh. Obelia Gulf, huh?
This current bout of clear weather lets us see the myriad patches of land, both large and small, that populate these waters. It will be quite some time yet before the ship arrives at our destination in Salsetta. So until then, we invite you to bask in this scenic tapestry of blue seas and beauteous islands. Understood. Let's make haste.
What's going on?
My word, what a magnificent sight.
Obelia Gulf, huh? Sure doesn't disappoint. That reminds me, Adel. You said you were looking for a western archipelago before you came to Asteria, right? There any chance this might be... Whoa! Little close for comfort, don't you think? How's a guy supposed to take in the sights like this? Hey, Adel.
Men, prepare to hunt. Behold thy foes with steady hearts. Fear not thy fate, for life and death are the deities to decide. Those who fall with valor shall be ushered into their divine kingdom. Now, shout forth the name of our god!
Har!
Huh?
It can't be!
Pirates!
So he did hire mercenaries.
Shield wall! Charge!
We got attacked by pirates.
Stay behind us, Doc.
Oh? You another one of them mercs? Bit on the puny side, ain't he? Sure you know which way to hold that thing, little fella?
What a joke! The big lug behind him would be more worth our time.
What difference does that? Enough chit-chat!
How's that? Yeah! How's that? Yeah!
No way!
How's that?
What a joke!
How's that?
No way! Damn it all! Rotten punk!
You bumbling louts!
Woo, come on.
How long does it take to handle one sellsword trying to play bodyguard?
Our fault, ma'am. The kid's a lot tougher than he looks.
Oh, really? Fine then. I'll take care of him myself. Done saying your prayers?
How's that?
You're pretty skilled.
Oh!
Whole lot of fuss for one
Try not to lose that red head of yours, kid!
I started playing with Ys 8. Lacrimosa of Dana. That's the first Ys game I played.
Princess. I must ask that you stand down. That boy appears to be no more than a passenger.
What?
We have already apprehended the captain. Right this way.
So those are pirates. This is my first time encountering them in the flesh.
Oh boy, we're in a real jam now. Ugh.
Captain Victor LaSalle. I thought we had an agreement. There's a toll for sailing these waters. And you promised never to skip out on it again.
Hold on a moment! This is the last time, I swear! Whatever you do, just let me live!
We both already know how this goes. Any room you had to parley was forfeit the minute you put those mercenaries on your payroll.
Stay your hand, boy. Those are no mere pirates. They're the Balta Sea Force.
The Balta Sea Force. What about you, Cam? You played the Ys games? Luckily, the Ys games are like, even though there's like a lot of them, they're all like individual stories. So it's not like you need to play all of them. Yeah, I guess, but in the Ys games, you play as the same character. Whereas the Tales, it's a different character almost every game, right? A different main character, I mean. Whereas the Ys games, you only play as you have the main character for all the Ys games is the same. Alright. So, why... So I'm still confused on why the captain was killed. And all the passengers are okay.
Woof! I'm stuffed. Guess good eats are a given when you set up town by the ocean. The stuff you get further inland just doesn't compare to fresh seafood.
That aside, it would seem we're going to be stranded here for the time being.
Yeah. Who'd have guessed the Adamas was cruising through these waters illegally?
Well, they just said they were cruising through illegally.
Obviously, the captain already paid the ultimate price for that. But I hear they're even seizing his ship as compensation for all those unpaid tolls.
It leads me to wonder what the story is behind this Balta Sea Force. To their credit, they did let Adel loose after determining he was merely a passenger.
Doesn't make those lugs any less high and mighty, though. If they look like pirates and plunder like pirates...
Like Normans, you mean?
Normans, you say?
They're a lawless people from the north with incredible seafaring know-how. Word is, they've looted their way not just here, but across the entire North Sea. Raiding towns, pillaging churches, kidnapping innocents. None of it is beneath a Norman. And the Balta Sea Force makes up just one faction among them.
Sounds like your typical pirates to me. How do they get away with it?
I was given to understand that the entire region of Glia fell under Roman Imperial control.
Rumor has it that not even the Empire would dare to defy the Sea Force. The Normans have had an iron-fisted grip on Obelia Gulf for ages now. Some say that it spares us from suffering under Roman rule, but they don't speak for everybody.
Hey, did you hear about what happened to the Adamas?
I did. Captain LaSalle was treading a dangerous line. He simply reaped what he sowed, if you ask me.
Won't argue with that. Still, it's hard not to feel for the guy. Those pirates had no right to waltz in like they owned these waters and demand a toll. Why should any of us—
Shush! I can sympathize, but that sort of talk is best kept to yourself.
Oh, what did I do to deserve being born in Karnak, of all places?
I see what you mean. Doesn't sound like they get the warmest reception around here.
As would be the case in any town, though this one does seem to have its fair share of hardships.
I'd say it's got a lot going for it.
It does have its charms, yes. The bevy of islands we saw from the ship, for instance, were absolutely breathtaking.
Oh, yes, that's true. We locals are so used to the view that it often slips our minds.
That reminds me, Missy. These islands wouldn't happen to come with any unusual myths or lore, would they? Our little group's got a special interest in that sort of thing.
Is that your reason for traveling, maybe? I can't guarantee there's anything that'll live up to your expectations, but... let's see... Aha! If it's run-of-the-mill folktales you're after, I have just the one.
Really now? Do share.
Well, legends tell of what's known as the Sea King's Throne. The throne is said to be hidden away on one of the islands here in Obelia Gulf. Supposedly, whoever finds and sits upon it will have their wishes granted.
Oh-ho! That's some juicy stuff.
Huh.
How about it, Adel? This do anything for you?
We can't not look into it.
That's the spirit. We got plenty of time to kill, so what the hey?
Hold on a moment. It really is just a story.
Oh, what's the harm? Let them chase their dreams. That's what being young is all about. Heck, back when I was their age,
He's
Forgive
drunk.
him. He's had a few ales too many, it seems. Say that throne really exists, though. What would you wish for, Rosalind?
Huh? Me? Well, for our humble little business to prosper, of course. What else?
Brings a tear to my eye, it does.
Renee must be proud. It's easy to see why you're Rooseveri's poster girl.
Makes me want to spend 3 days and nights drinking this tavern down to its last drop. And I do it all with a smile. The more they rake in the cash, the happier Rosalind gets.
How sweet!
I think you've had quite enough for one day. Our apologies for bothering you, gentlemen.
Nah, it's all good.
Like they mentioned, my name is Rosalind. I'm the daughter of the owners. The three of you are going to be lodging with us tonight, right? If you have any issues during your stay, anything at all, just let me know. You mean that story about the throne? You're really taken with it, aren't you? Well, I'd better get back to work. Relax and unwind as long as you need.
Such a capable young lady. Reminds me of Lilia back home.
By the way, Adel, I know this Sea King's throne is a big deal and all, but we got some other things to take care of first if we're sticking around. The travel funds we scrounged up were only enough to get us to Salsetta.
Quite right. With that in mind, I plan to pay the local clinic a visit. Upon our arrival, I noticed a flyer that said they were recruiting medical practitioners.
Well, ain't that convenient? Doesn't really solve the issue for us two, though.
Are you youngsters in need of work?
Yeah. You got any leads?
Well, both the harbor and the town militia are hiring at the moment. The docks are always short on labor. I'm certain a brawny fellow such as yourself would be a welcome addition. And the red-haired lad is a swordsman, no? The militia's been on the hunt for temporary recruits, I believe.
No joke? That's great! Thanks for the tip!
Seems we have a few promising candidates.
Sure do. Let's get out there and follow up on them once we're done taking a load
So
off.
temporary recruits, huh? For a militia? Alright, let's see what this world has to offer.
All right, you two. This is where we split up for now.
Indeed. I'll be heading to the local clinic. I may just take a look around town as well, seeing as we're extending our stay.
Let's aim to meet back up around dinner time then. Adel, I'm guessing you're also gonna...
Me. Seek me.
Adel?
It's nothing.
If you're sure. Anyway, back to what I was saying. It's time to start scoping this place out. You probably plan to wander the streets a bit yourself before checking in with the militia, huh, Adel? Catch you both later then.
Alright. Karnak, Port District.
You there, with the red hair.
Well, here's an unfamiliar face. You must be one of the passengers from the Adamas. Is everything all right? They didn't hurt you, did they?
Sorry for calling to you out of nowhere like that. We each have a child about the same age as you, so our motherly instincts kicked in.
Honestly, who do those Balta hooligans think they are, wreaking havoc left, right, and center? They impose an exorbitant toll on every vessel crossing Obelia Gulf, and plunder anyone who flouts it.
Some ships, like the Adamas, will try and make their way through without drawing attention. But when they're found out, they wind up like Captain LaSalle.
Because ships that do pay the toll get escorted to safety by the Balta Sea Force themselves. In that sense, they do their part to maintain order throughout the Gulf, which is why the Roman Empire turns a blind eye. When all is said and done, as long as we live here, those brigands' word is law.
There are far fewer instances of pillaging than before now, so we can only assume this is for the best. Still, it would be nice if our mayor could put his foot down every once in a while.
I pity the man. Having to deal with our complaints and the Sea Force's demands has him between a rock and a hard place.
Well, that's what he signed up for when he took on the job. Anyway, you just be sure to stay out of their line of fire.
Is this part of the militia?
Oh, you got a job for us?
Huh?
Wait a second. Don't tell me. You're here to sign up for the militia, right? Never seen you around before. But I think we're about the same age. The name's Gren. How about you? Adel, huh? Man, oh man, you've just gotta enlist! We could really use a guy like you. Wait, what's with the long face?
About the pay.
Ugh. Is that a deal breaker? It did used to be slightly better for what it's worth. But the mayor slashed our budget in order to keep the militia from being overfunded. When the Balta Sea Force says jump, he asks, how high? It's pathetic enough to drive you to tears.
Let me mull over
man.
this.
Our commander's not in right now, so it's not like we could have gone over the nitty-gritty anyway. He should be back tomorrow, though. So maybe swing by again around noon and hear us out. Call it a hunch, but I've got a feeling you and I are gonna be fast friends. Calling all youths! A career in the Karnak militia awaits you!
I mean, I like his energy. Oh, what do these guys have to say?
I've got to say, the quality of these Spanish leather goods is on a whole other level.
One might say the same of Obelian seafood. Rich flavors, firm to the touch. It is simply unparalleled. Rome and Hispani may be at odds right now, but I believe our transaction today has proved mutually beneficial.
To be perfectly honest, our middleman here deserves all the credit for making this deal happen.
That attire? Is he...
Well spotted. I am indeed a Norman. However, I find that being a tradesman suits me far better than waving an axe about.
That's good to know. They say Normans are first-class mariners. No doubt that expertise slots in perfectly with mercantile work.
I'm flattered to hear you say so.
It's thanks to the Balta Sea Force that we're still able to do business like this during wartime. They're the ones who make sure ships from both sides can travel these waters safely.
Not having those persnickety Roman officials around to stick their oars in has been heaven sent for us. I very much look forward to your continued patronage.
Huh.
You and me both, pal. And let's not forget to keep our friends from the Sea Force in the loop, too.
On a separate note, Romes, the militia recently informed me that an incident has blocked the highway out of town. Correct me if I'm wrong, but don't you have an important negotiation to attend in that direction?
You okay, Cam? Oh. I don't know if water's gonna help. You got anything else to drink?
Well, well, word gets around fast. It's nothing I'm not aware of. In fact, I've already asked the militia for an update on the situation. Shouldn't be long before they report back.
Seek me. This way. Seek me.
You sure? All right. Well,
right
I don't.
Here. Find me.
Lila shell. It's a white conch adorned with ornate pattern. Nothing else about it seemed particularly unusual. However, what's that? That doesn't look like a regular wolf. Anubis. Attacked out of nowhere, but so it had to be taken down. But what was it doing wandering in town to begin with? Uh-oh. Unbelievable as it is, the wolf's wounds seem to be closing up in no time flat.
Swordsman, can you hear me?
A girl's voice emanates from the shell picked up earlier.
They stole you mana. Enough power. Defeat.
You now use skills. Who are you?
I'm sorry. I don't... any details. My name... Leela. Who... are you? Adel. Search... island. Come... find... help.
What island? Where?
In... go.
Lila's voice cut out completely, huh? Adderall attempted to call her through the shell several times after, but received no response. With the sun beginning to set, he decided to return to the inn and confer with Dogi and Dr. Flare.
So the shell spoke to you. How very curious. As for this mana you mentioned, can we assume it's some form of magic?
It's too early to know.
Well, of course it is. You only just got it a little while ago. That wolf you fought that just wouldn't die has me hung up too. I talked up a storm with the guys down at the docks, but none of them mentioned anything close to that.
It may well be that something is actively unfolding as we speak.
The Balta Sea Force, Mana, an undead wolf, and a girl named Leela. Doesn't seem to tie in with that Sea King's throne we heard about earlier, either. It's just mystery after mystery around here. You know what that means.
Cam! Listening to a strange girl in a shell may have some consequences. Alright. Alright! Damn it! Yep, our newest adventure begins.
Here I always thought adventure was something you had to seek out.
That 10-minute timeout will be in my... I'm not... No, I shouldn't say that.
But whenever you're around, Adel, it seems to find us instead. Nothing like a little intrigue to spice up a trip.
Shush, Cam. I know you want it.
Finding that girl's gonna be a tall order, though. This Gulf's got more islands than you can shake a stick at.
The first step is to gather information. You'll also be in need of a ship.
I'll put my new job down at the harbor to use and poke around for some intel.
As for myself, the Azrat Clinic has hired me on as a temporary physician. I'll see if I can't find someone in town who's willing to lend us a hand.
Sounds like a plan. Let's kick things off first thing tomorrow morning, Adel.
All right. After breakfast, Dogi and Dr. Flare headed out to their respective workplaces. Meanwhile, Adel decided to wander the village some more until it was time to meet up with the local militia. Fortune teller, huh? Oh, Adel. Going out for a bit? I'm glad I caught you. Our front desk received a letter with your name on it. Someone sent me mail? Thought it was a little weird myself. You only wound up here because of the incident in the Adamas, and that was all pure coincidence. A sealed letter is addressed to an old Christian. Adol tore the seal open. I'll be waiting at the town beach. That's all they wrote? No sender list either. You don't suppose it's just a prank? I think I'll go check it out. You will? Just don't bite off more than you can chew. Alright, if you excuse me, I have an errand that needs doing. Our tables could use fresh decorations, so I'm off to pick some flowers around town. Outside town, is that safe? Yeah, it's right off a well-traveled road, so I'll be okay. You take care too, Adol. Still a short while before it's time to meet with the commander of the local militia. Now might be a good chance to head to the beach like the letter instructed. Give me a second. I forgot to post. I wanted to post more on like Twitter and stuff like that. So give me a second. Let me post that I'm live on like Twitter and everything. All right. My guess is that Viking girl. Wasn't expecting you of all people.
Well, sorry to disappoint. There's something I need to double check. You're probably full of questions, but I'm in no mood to explain. Just think of this as us picking up where we left off yesterday.
That mana?
So you do know of it. I won't hold back this time. How about this? How's that? How about this? Gotcha! Full speed. Nice try! That was close. There! There! power of mana. How'd you get your hands on it? You didn't use it back on the Adamas. I could say that much.
Al laid everything that happened out for the raid captain as plainly as he could.
Leela? Never heard of her. Mana, on the other hand, is my people's concept of a formless power. Imbued in a sword, it brings forth victory. Imbued in a vessel, it grants safe passage. Only those chosen by the All-Father Har are able to wield it. Out of the Sea Force, that list starts and ends with me and my old man.
Well, how did you obtain it?
And just why should I tell a louse like you? Blood and thunder. Grieger.
Are they common around here?
Hardly. Most times they skulk around out of sight. Put a Grieger down with just any old weapon, and it'll rise back up again and again, wounds fully healed. Mana is the only thing that can slay him for good. Well, aren't we popular?
That moment, Alan, it was as though they exactly knew how the other was planning to act.
What was that just now?
Hold RZR to duo mode. So, okay, so it's like we act together.
What in hell did you just do to us?
Was that mana too?
It couldn't be. Nothing like this has ever happened with me and my old man. At least now I have a good grasp on what I was sent to investigate.
You're a cute mechanic. I don't know. Why do I flirt?
We're finished here. So long.
I've still got questions.
And what would I gain by answering them? I'm a Norman. A pirate. One false move, and you might be my next kill. Can't handle that? Then pack your bags and see yourself out of Obelia Gulf. Son of a...
What?
Handcuffs? Made of mana? You! What did you pull this time?
That wasn't me either.
Guess not. This mana doesn't seem to be coming from either of us.
Man, I wish I could be handcuffed to a cute girl.
It's stuck tight! Hey, quit gawking and help! This spells trouble for us in more ways than you can count. Either we get these off, or I'm sending you back with one less hand. Got that?
Adel and Karja then attempted to use their mana abilities to free themselves. Ultimately, however, the mysterious shackles refused to come off, leaving them at a loss on what to do next.
No luck. Might well be a curse of some kind. I hate to say it, but my old man's probably the only person we can turn to at this point.
Can you do something about this?
He knows more about mana than I do. Whether he'll actually hear us out is a separate matter. What a mess. They call you Adol, right? We'll have to stick together for a while. Unless you fancy me lopping you off at the wrist.
Not much of a choice, is it?
Watch it. If anyone should be complaining, it's me. My name's Karja. Karja Balta. Daughter of Grimson Balta, Jarl of the Balta Sea Force.
I figured that was the case.
Already put two and two together, eh? Well, no time to waste. I'm off to report in at the Balta Sea Force's command post. It's over by the harbor, so don't fall behind. Hey, don't stray too far. You've taken enough tumbles for my liking. Wonder if Gunnar knows anything about this. Ugh.
Merciful heavens. I'm assuming you get this often. What happened to the Adamus was nothing compared to what happened to what Karnak saw about a year ago. At the time, we wound up executing several rival pirates right in front of the townsfolk. They acted like this toward me ever since. I shall will get on the case. Okay. All right. Dogi. She just started hitting on me? Not even. You're just begging me to lock that hand off of yours, huh? I couldn't resist.
Hey, Princess. Back already? Who's your +1?
Is Gunnar in? I have a report to make.
Yeah, I'll go get him for you.
Not every day you see the princess bring in someone from the straight and narrow. You her little boy toy now, or what?
Not a chance.
Should have figured. She'd never go for a shrimp like you. Wait a sec. Wasn't that swordsman she threw down with on the Adamus also?
Hey, what are you whispering to him about?
Just making small talk.
I swear.
What seems to be the trouble, Princess?
Gunnar, how many times do I have to tell you to quit calling me that?
Oh? Who might this boy be?
He's the swordsman Grimson told me to look into.
A request from the Jarl. Ah, now I remember. He was a passenger on the Adamus. I see. So we have here not only a mana wielder, but a pair of mystical shackles. What's more, the latter has rendered you unable to separate from the former.
That better not be a smirk I see.
Not at all. This isn't humorous in the least. It is, however, exceptionally unusual. Only the Jarl can make the final call here. Unfortunately, he is currently out at sea on an expedition. We do not expect him back until tomorrow.
Tomorrow? And just what am I supposed to do until then?
With all due respect, Princess, I must ask that you spend the remainder of your day here in Karnak.
What? But why?
It wouldn't do to have a non-shield brother accompanying us, for one thing. This may even be to your benefit from a certain perspective. What better chance to familiarize yourself with how those under our rule live and think? I believe you're at an age now where such matters ought to be considered.
Fair.
Not to mention, it is possible for this turn of events to be grossly misconstrued.
In what way?
There are those who would be only too pleased to regard this as a scandalous affair on your part. We have no need to voluntarily provide them with issues to raise at the Thingstead.
ready. I get the message.
Adol, was it? My apologies for giving you a fright on the Adamas. I am Gunnar, War Chief of the Baltus Sea Force.
Nice to properly meet you.
I'm recalling you correctly then. Your battles aboard the Adamas were very impressive. No doubt you have many thoughts on this subject, but collaboration is a must if you want any hope of resolving this. We Normans have our ways, some of which may run counter to your own. Nevertheless, I would ask that you work in concert with her and us until we manage to set you two free.
Who might argue with the War Chief?
Good. I appreciate the understanding. I will notify you as soon as the Jarl returns, Princess. Until then, travel with Adol and mind what he says.
Don't you have that backwards, Gunnar? Why are you so trusting of him anyway?
That you feel the need to ask is all the more reason to make use of this opportunity. The boy is, if nothing else, accustomed to travel. I expect he will be very accommodating.
Hey, Loot. Well... Ys. Yeah, well, this game has probably been out for a couple months now because for PlayStation. It was a time exclusive for PlayStation, I think. And then just came out on the Switch yesterday. So that makes sense why they didn't really advertise it, because technically the game was already out. And this is just a port. But they never really advertised the Ys games, and even though they hardly advertised it except maybe 1 or 2 trailers, they're already on the 10th one, so it must be doing well. This is Ys 10 after all.
I had best return to my duties. Take care. I leave the rest to you, Adol.
Spend the rest of my day in Karnak, eh? I admit, it's true I never had a chance to before. Turns out your crew has some good eggs. You're referring to Gunnar? And hold on, why does it feel like you're talking down at me all of a sudden? Forget it. The two of us are moving as one for now. Anything on your agenda? Promise to meet with the local militia. Local militia? What, do you plan on lending him a hand? Should I not? Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to raise a fuss about it. Not that it matters. The way things stand, I gotta come whether I like it or not. What, you got a problem? Spit it out. You stand out too much. Huh, what are you getting at? I don't dress all that differently from any other Norman. True enough. It's hard to think of someone who'd be willing to help out a Norman. Adol? Have you already stopped by the militia? I'm just on the way back from a house call myself. Aren't you that girl for the Adamas? It certainly didn't take long for you to get into the thick of things. That said, I do have someone in mind who might be of assistance. Will they be okay with helping her? I don't believe you have anything to worry about. Her line of work requires a degree of neutrality. Let's be off then, shall we? She's right over by the Asrad clinic. Alright, so we're gonna get her a new change of clothes. I hope we get something cute.
So, this is the Asrad clinic. Some of our crew's been treated here. They do a good job, as far as I can tell.
Who is it? I'll be there in just a moment.
Dr. Flair! Welcome back. Sorry again for putting you up to that house call. It should have been my father checking in with Mr. Evelees.
Now, don't give it another thought. Actually, I stopped by to ask a rather, shall we say, convoluted favor of you, Mirabelle.
Why, of course. What is it? Would it happen to have anything to do with the local celebrity standing behind you?
Yes, she is the crux of the matter, in fact.
Well, I can certainly see why that'd be a problem. It just so happens that we've been collecting used clothing as part of our volunteer effort. There might be something in there that'll fit you, Princess. Is something the matter?
No, it's just... you don't seem to be all that afraid of me.
Our clinic has a policy of helping all those who are sick, injured, or otherwise in need. That goes for everyone, be they a Roman, a Spaniard, or Norman. And besides, in your case, I would be more than happy to help. Give me just a moment, please. There we are. Alrighty, step right in.
I still don't see the problem with what I'm in now.
This goes on the outside. You just put it on, like so.
Hold it! I am a Norman warrior. How am I meant to keep an even keel in that flimsy getup?
Alright, Cam. Don't forget to DM me. You know. For fun. No, I'm joking. I just like teasing. Okay. Let's try to put Karja at ease.
There's no need for that. Mirabelle can handle this just fine. Let's wait and see how things turn out.
You may be right that these clothes aren't as sturdy in comparison, but odd as it sounds, the right apparel at the right time and place can hold more power than you realize. Much like your mana, in fact.
Huh?
Clothing that suits the occasion can do wonders for your courage and confidence. For example, donning this nurse uniform fills me with pride and peace of mind. The outfit you're currently in has a similar effect on you, doesn't it, Princess? You've been told to spend the entirety of today here in Karnak. I'm positive the memories these garments hold will give you the strength to do just that. What one wears during life's biggest moments can serve as a memory in and of itself.
So that's how you people see it. Fine then. One change of clothes won't kill me. Your words won me over. Even if that bit about memories went over my head.
I knew you'd come around.
See? What did I say?
Not even Karja could fight
Frankly,
back.
She may be a great deal more affable than we or the townspeople give her credit for. As for Mirabelle, I hear she has a knack for getting all the children to drink their medicine, no matter how bitter.
Dun da da da! The time has come for the grand reveal! From fearsome pirate princess to cute as a button, I present to you, Karja!
You call this cute? Drafty, more like.
And finally see your whole face.
Huh? Oh, right. Apparently my helmet didn't fit the ensemble. Actually, now that I'm wearing it, this is a lot more mobility than I thought it would.
Consider me astounded. You're a miracle worker, Mirabelle.
Not even I thought it would go this well.
On that note, it's nearly time for you two to meet with the militia, isn't it? You should probably be on your way, Adel.
Alright. Are there like... Let's save. Let's go back to the title. I want to see if there's any, like, maybe DLC stuff. No, it doesn't look like it.
The sea breeze feels better than ever. Wonder if that's thanks to this getup. Still needs some breaking in. It's not half bad. Don't think that means I'm giddy about it, though. If I catch you leering, you're dead. Where was the option to change clothes? Why's the militia all gathered up like that? Well, just hurry up and finish whatever it is you need to do.
And you're absolutely sure they were dead? No doubt about it, sir. We dealt the fatal blows ourselves. It all happened so quickly. We looked away for only a second when...
Metal! You showed up just like you said you would. Wait, who's the girl?
My partner in arms, you can say.
Oh yeah? Does that mean she's gonna be joining the militia too?
Huh? Why would I ever do that?
So, no, huh? Anyway, thanks for making the trip over and all, but we're actually pretty swamped at the moment.
Something happened?
Yeah, it's almost too weird to be true. Some pedestrians were attacked by a pack of wolves on the highway outside town this morning. Our guys from the militia made sure to stamp them out for good. But the minute they took their eyes off the bodies, the whole bunch of them disappeared.
Maybe a bear came by and snatched up its next few meals?
Whisking that many dead wolves away in the few moments no one was looking? Sounds kind of far-fetched. The most likely answer is that they were never actually finished off. But I don't know.
Isn't that man...
So it's possible these wolves escaped with their injuries and are still lurking along the road. Yet despite that, the blockade was lifted, allowing several civilians to exit onto the highway. Do I have that correct, Commander Gulliver?
That's about the long and short of it, yeah. But no matter how you spin it, there's just too much about this case that doesn't add up.
That's unusually glib coming from you. I understand the desire to stick up for your men, but remember whose shoulders the blame falls on should the worst occur. Now get moving! There are travelers on that highway who need protecting, our citizens included.
Hey! I've just about had it with your selective hearing!
Hmm?
Commander Gulliver and the rest of the militia made every effort to kill those wolves and keep the roads blocked. But there's only so much we can do when we're constantly understaffed. The whole squad's exhausted. Each of us barely gets any time off. And it's all because you caved into the Normans and slashed our budget!
That's enough, Gren.
But, Commander!
The mayor's right. Keeping the people safe is what matters most right now. We're in a race against time. I'm going to need every able-bodied member on deck.
Yes, sir!
My men and I will move out straight away, Mayor Clement. We'll report back as soon as we can.
See that you do.
All right!
Let's get this show on the road.
Sorry, Adel. Duty's calling. If you're still interested in signing up, drop by again after things cool down a bit.
Take care out there.
Will do. Catch you later.
Alright, let's see. They can't handle this alone.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Probably not. Don't tell me you're bent on helping. Have it your way. So the militia headed for the Hagen Highway, huh? We can get there by circling back past the clinic. You want to follow him? Then hurry it up.
Alright, let's see what we're up against. What is the rock? It's a Hue Stone. Mana wielders can use them to recover their strength.
Let's catch our breath.
Hey, level up.
I don't believe it. Every time we knock one down, it just gets back up again.
Commander, what the hell are we dealing with here?
Couldn't tell you, but I've got a pretty good idea of why all that carrion went missing now.
Damn it all!
Adel?
No! You need to fall back! Now! These things can't be...
No way!
What in the world is going on here? Mana, you say? I did hear that a handful of Normans had mysterious powers at their disposal.
And you're saying that seashell there gave you the ability to use them?
That's ridiculous. You can't expect us to actually believe this.
And knee slide! God Almighty, Leela Almighty, Adel Almighty! I beseech thee, grant me thy strength! Ah, crap. No dice, huh?
Not a speck of shame in this one.
Well, Commander, now that we know the whole story, let's ask Adel and his lady friend to save the townsfolk in our place.
What?
Come off it, Gren. These two aren't part of the militia. Heck, they're practically still kids.
The mayor chewed us out enough when you first joined up. Imagine how he'd react to this.
Well, I'm not hearing any other bright ideas. We already know we can't take down those wolves ourselves. And there's more where they came from. What about all the people still out on the highway?
Well...
Besides, Commander, Adel here's the guy I told you about yesterday. The one who wanted to sign up with us.
Is that right?
We'll take care of this.
It's Adel and Karja, right?
Hate to put you out, but we're gonna need you to rescue the townsfolk in our place.
Far above. If you're that set on this, then let's make it quick.
Oh, right. Take this with you.
A potion!
Let me know if you run out, and I'll top you off. Try not to get too in over your heads. We'll come back you up once we're finished tending to the wounded. Best of luck to you.
Is that a giant boar?
Showtime, Karja!
Found some already.
What's the big idea? Blocking the road. Don't you have any idea how vital today's negotiations are?
You do realize that they don't understand human speech, right, Dad? Anyway, I'm more worried about whether the others managed to get away safely. I can't put my finger on it, but something about these wolves gives me a bad feeling.
Hard to imagine feeling good about a wild animal attack, son. Anyone, man or beast, who gets in the way of our business is evil incarnate from head to toe. Once the militia gets here, I'll have these mutts turned into fur coats and sold for a profit.
Who are you two?
Oh, folks from the militia. A bit on the young side, but I won't complain. Whoa!
Incredible. Looks like I was right to think those wolves were out of the ordinary.
So much for those fur coats.
Priorities, Dad?
Shoot, good call. How would you two like a job escorting us to our destination? I'm Romes of Carpent Trading, by the way.
Romes Carpent. You're that big money merchant from Karnak.
Well, what do you say? I can pay double the militia's rates if you get me to my business meeting on top.
Still have other people to save.
Oh, for crying out loud! Cruz, you're about their age, give or take. Talk some sense into them.
No can do, Dad.
Why not?
Because those wolves just now weren't the last of them. What about everybody who ran off ahead of us? Are you really so short-sighted that you'll throw away every scrap of trust the town has in you just to close a deal? Credibility is the most important commodity a merchant can have. It was you who taught me that.
Ugh, way to go me. I always did have a way with words.
Well, that settles that. You're free to go help the others. We'll make the sensible choice and return to Karnak.
Road back should be safe
Much
now.
appreciated. You two be careful, okay?
What's this?
Alright, let's see what we're dealing with here.
Battle! Over there!
This could be trouble. If the rumors are true, these things are immortal.
Then what are we supposed to do?
Well, the only option is to use one of us as bait. Just kidding. Don't worry, I'm not that cold-blooded. Run as soon as I give you the signal.
Wait! I never agreed to anything!
Huh?
Who are you guys? Let us take care of this.
Gotcha! There! Form
We're saved?
Wow! Way to go, you two. The name's Rafe. This little fella is Ashley. I've heard those things were unkillable. Was it that weird power of yours that did them in?
Shouldn't be so reckless.
Actually, it was the perfect time to be reckless. Not to say I had a death wish or anything. I just don't want to be the kind of human garbage who'd leave a child in danger.
As if I asked for your help.
So, what are you doing out here anyway?
I just came out to pick some wild plants and stuff.
The kid lives on his own. Apparently, he does this every so often to earn some extra money for food. He's not short on guts, at least. I'm sure Rozo or the priest would have been happy to help if he'd asked them straight up.
Oh, stuff it. I can't stand anybody from town. And that includes you, Rafe. You're the one who went on about there being a lot of beasts around these days, before inviting yourself along.
And thanks to that, you didn't walk straight into their stomachs. Would it kill you to be a little less prickly with me? I mean, you get along just fine with that little girl over at the lighthouse.
Not really. Sometimes she gives me gifts and I return the favor. That's all. I do wonder if Sash is alright, though.
You both should hurry back to town.
Good call. Better than waiting for more wolves to gather. Come on, Ashley. Let's get to stepping.
You don't have to tell me twice. I wonder if...
Another one. Down that way!
You impertinent brutes! Do you even realize? This can't be the end.
Quit screaming and hollering before you rile them up even more!
My pleas are How sluggish can you be?
Excuse me? You're real gussied up. Doesn't seem like you're from around these parts, though.
That's...
Who's arguing? I'm just giving this high and mighty snob a warning, is all.
Snob? No, I must contain... My name is Millette. I am... a traveler passing through. Ahem. Forgive my lapse in manners. As it happens, I have a request to make of ones so capable as yourselves. You see, I am rather eager to continue down this highway to the next town over, but those peculiar wolves litter the path.
Hang on. You're not about to tell us there's even more people farther up the road, are you?
Not at all. There were no signs of anyone save for myself.
Aye. You're better off calling it quits for now, given the situation. Take the path we came here on. The local militia will be there to protect you.
Very well. I shall do as you suggest.
That scream just now.
think it came from over there. Pharaoh's
Oh,
lighthouse, to be
lighthouse?
exact.
Alright.
Any vessel traversing these waters depends on it. I think the man who tends the place is living there with his kid.
There! There! How's that? There! There! How's that?
Alright, so they are fast travel points. Got it.
Get away from there at once! Last. There's no time to lose. Those girls are in danger!
Stay back. This won't take us long.
Gotcha! How's that? They broke through! What? What?
Thank you for coming to my rescue. Aren't you that same lad from Rooseveri's place? Oh, never mind that. I could really use your help right now.
Something happened?
I should say so. The lighthouse has been overrun by beasts. Not only is my daughter still inside, but Rosalind too. She had merely come by to pick some flowers.
Rosalind? That the girl whose family runs the inn?
Please, save them! I beg of you!
We'll make our way in, but whether they die or survive is up to them. Living is a choice, one those two have to make on their own. I hear you.
Alright. Is it like a dungeon in here? So it is a dungeon. Something on your mind?
Switch!
Something's here.
Gotta be strong to survive.
Horn and spindle.
Woohoo! Now this I like. Let's keep up the pace. Defenses look pretty sturdy. Let me take a crack at it first. Smash to pieces. It's from through. Here I go. How's that? How's that?
Woo! Easy.
Switch! Here goes! Gotcha! Gotcha! There! Here goes! How's that? How's that? How's that?
Serves you right.
Switch! There! How's that?
Woo! Easy.
There they are. Can we even make it in time?
Let's catch our breath.
Everything's going to be fine, Sash. Someone will be here to rescue us any moment now. Take this! Don't come any closer, you bully! Leave Rosalind alone and pick on someone your own size! Sash! Paddle?
Get yourself to safety.
Right. Who are you?
Name's Karja. You did good, kid. Now stay back and watch us finish the job.
Okay.
Tough it out.
I'm not too late!
Thanks!
I pressed the wrong button.
Still got some fight in you, right? Not here. Not here.
You okay? Get back on your feet.
Thanks.
Messed up.
Gotta tough it out. Still got some fight in you, right? Hope I'm not too late.
Thanks.
Not here.
What?
I'm coming to help. Hang in there, Karja.
Sorry to put you out.
Switch!
How do I... Ah!
You'll be fine. Just hang tight. Still got some fight in you, right?
I was almost a goner. Switch! How's that? It's over! Crumble! Dodge this!
Woo! A finisher attack. Nice.
Wow. What in the world? That beast was anything but normal.
Hey!
Daddy!
Sash! Thank the stars! You're not hurt, are you?
Oh, Daddy! I was so scared! Oh, Sash.
We saw how you tackled that thing, Adel. You two were awesome with a capital A. Right, Commander? I told you he knows his stuff.
That he does. Even without that strange power, his swordsmanship goes beyond his years. He and the young lady here were so in sync, I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me.
It's because of you both that Rosalind and my little girl came out unharmed. I can't possibly thank you enough.
The other travelers who were along the highway are fine as well, save for a few minor injuries. Adel, Karja, you've got our gratitude.
Kren.
Rosa. I didn't even realize you left town. It's a good thing you're okay, though. I don't think your folks could take it if something happened to you, too. Oh, right. Me and Rosa here have been friends since we were little. So I owe you for saving her, too. Thanks a million.
Adel, just what were those creatures?
That's something we're still trying to get a handle on ourselves. But let's hold off on it until we get back to Karnak. Might be a good idea to fill the mayor in on the situation and hash things out ASAP.
Does it hurt? Looks like a minor sprain. You want to keep it in place to avoid rigorous activity for about 3 days or so. I understand. Thank you, Dr. Estrad. Man, we sure are lucky to have Dr. Flair here to lighten the load. I know it's your hobby, Doc, but would it kill you to tell Mira where you're heading next time you go fishing? I'll consider it. What about the adults? How are they doing? Undead beast? How gullible do you think I am? Say what you will, but multiple people on the highway witnessed the very same thing. And that's not enough to convince you. Ask our heroes of the hour here. As a matter of fact, we've been getting a slew of peculiar beast reports these last several days. Group this incident up with them, and a lot of pieces are starting to start fitting together. The highway's safe again for the moment, courtesy of Adel and Karja here. But even if this case is under control, that doesn't mean we're in the clear. We plan to rise at the crack of dawn tomorrow and look into where these creatures are coming from. Very well, you do that. Adel and Karja, was it? The mayor of Karnak allowed me to express my gratitude. You've done us a great service. Still, is there no one else aside from them who can deal with these fiends? These two are travelers, particularly children at that. I'll tell you this much, my men and I don't stand a chance. But the Balta's Seaforce Jarl might be a different story. Word is he has some kind of mystical power on hand. Grimson, eh? It may place us even further in his debt, but we'd better meet with the man and inform him of this. Forgive the intrusion, Dr. Estrad. I'll be seeing myself out now. There are quite a few wounded to tend to, so I would appreciate if you could remain in your clinic for the time being. Right, sure thing. Some mayor. Remind me to ask him how those Balta boots taste. Now, Gren, don't you start bad-mouthing him again. I'm sure the mayor is struggling with more than we could ever hope to understand. In a Pickard's eye, maybe. In any case, it's getting late. This likely won't be the last time we ask for your help, Adel. Expect to hear from us again tomorrow. Can I get back to you on that? What, you already have other plans? We're the ones asking for the favor here, so it goes without saying we'll work around your schedule. But if emergency comes up, there isn't anyone else we can turn to. Gren, you take Rosalind and escort her home. I let Renee and Cora know what happened, but you know how they like to worry. You got it, Commander. With that, we'll just be taking our leaves, if you'll excuse us, Maribel. By all means, have a restful evening. Day can't end soon enough. Guess we better be on our way too. Right. Thank you for everything today. I hope you'll let me return the favor sometime. Alright, ready to head back to the inn? Sure you don't need to go home? Is that a joke, or did you actually forget we're shackled together? You're those folks from the lighthouse. It would seem I neglected to introduce myself earlier. I'm Lux, the lighthouse keeper. Of course the lighthouse keeper's name is Lux. Yeah, thanks, Karja. You chopped that monster up good. It was so cool. Feeling a lot less scared now, huh? Yep. You know, that rock you threw gave us just the opening we needed. See that red-haired boy and that blonde girl over there? Heard they rescued Mr. Carpenter and his son. Your daring deeds have the town's rumor mills running at full speed. Were it not for you, the casualties would have surely been greater than they were. For that, you have our gratitude once more. I'm glad we made it in time. Still, I'm hesitant to return to the lighthouse so soon after that's transpired. For the time being, I intend to have us lodge with the Hieroglyph Church. I suppose we ought to get going before Sache here falls asleep on our feet. Till we next meet. Guess that means the lighthouse is staying dark for the night. Anyways, I'd say we earned ourselves a good meal. Let's head back to the inn.
What a long day. Can't wait to chow down back at the inn. Wait, do they even have any empty rooms? Then again, these cuffs will probably... We can worry about that later. Let's focus on getting some grub for now.
Okay, so I'm gonna end for now, but I'll probably stream again later, in like an hour or two. I just need a break, probably have some dinner, and we'll be back, alright?